All right, welcome back to another episode of Nemo Radio. We've got Nemo Video, Nemo Audio. I'm so pumped up for this guy. This man doesn't need any introduction, but I'm going to give him one anyway. John Lee Dumas. Yes, JLD is here. Listen to this introduction. John Lee Dumas, the founder and host of the award-winning podcast, Entrepreneurs on Fire. Listen to this. Past guests including Tony Robbins, Barbara Cochran, Gary Vaynerchuk, and me. Yes. And listen to this. I can't believe the stats, JLD. Over 1 million monthly listens, 100 million total listens, 3,000 episodes. John Lee Dumas, welcome back to Nemo Radio. How are you?
Brother, love your energy, love your vibe. It's always enjoyable again to hang out in the same space-time continuum as you. So what's going on?
Well, you have done something incredible. And I really want to get into the topic of today's discussion, which is your new book that's coming out. But first, well, let's do this. Let's give us a quick synopsis of what this new book is all about, The Common Path to Uncommon Success. Let's start there.
Well, for those who are on Nemo Video, The Common Path to Uncommon Success right here. This is, brother, a culmination of the 3,000 interviews that I've done over the past decade with the world's most successful entrepreneurs. And I've been able to really boil down what I found to be the 17 core foundational principles that all entrepreneurs that are successful share with one another. And just going to be the military guy that I am, I put them in chronological order, and I created this revolutionary 17-step roadmap to financial freedom and fulfillment. So if going on just a little common path to get to your version of uncommon success, if following a 17-step revolutionary roadmap to your financial freedom and fulfillment sounds interesting, this book is for you.
Dude, yes, it is. I'm excited to read this. I can't wait. As we're recording this and doing the video, it's coming out in a couple of weeks. So everyone needs to get it, and we'll get people to the links here in a second. What I want to know, just from a content creator perspective, and I love how you obviously build a platform, have all this content, and then repurpose it as this power-packed book. How the heck did you start the process of saying, I'm going to go through 8 or 10 years of interviews, 3,000 plus people, and boil it down to 17 data points and create a coherent book with a narrative? And how did you do that?
You know, I've just been a person that's been taking notes on every one of those episodes. I write the show notes. I take the notes. I've been downloading this information on every single interview for a decade now. So when I came down to saying, okay, what are the commonalities? There was a lot, by the way, on the piece of paper that I wrote. But when I boiled out the fat and when I combined the similar ones, there was just 17 core foundational principles staring back in my face. And I said, you know what? Never written a traditionally published book before, but I know I'm looking at 17 chapters. And now that I put them in a chronological order, I know I'm looking at a 17-step roadmap to financial freedom and fulfillment. That is what this book is, and I'm proud of it, brother.
That's amazing. And 17. So there wasn't some specific number ahead of time of, I have a number in mind. It was just,
I had no idea. I had no idea what that number was going to be. It could have been 242, right? But it was 17.
Can you riff on one or two of the principles just to give us a little taste of what's in the book? Maybe some examples.
Let me jump to step 17, because this might be one of the more controversial ones.
Okay.
Keeping the money you make. This is a problem in the world, brother. I will tell you right now, there are a lot of people making a lot of money and then looking at their bank account being like, where's all my money? There's a lot of people that will follow these 16 steps of my roadmap, and they'll be generating a lot of revenue in their business. And if they don't continue on and finish this roadmap with chapter 17, keeping the money you make, it's going to potentially be all for naught, because you're going to be looking at your bank account being like, where's all my money? You've got to learn to keep the money you make. It is a process. It is critical. And it is something that people just do not naturally have the skills for. Most people are just not financially savvy. And that's okay. You have other skill sets. You have other passions. But you've got to get the basics down, because otherwise all your work is still going to be valuable and still going to be helping people. but you're not going to have the financial freedom that I know you want to be able to continue to do the things that you want to do, to be able to give to the causes you want to give, to be able to invest in your family's future. You got to keep the money you make.
Yeah, I love that one, man. That's critical. Absolutely. So let's talk about this for a second, because you have really built your brand on being kind of this trusted guide, right? You've built this community. You're a trusted guide. It's not all hype and hyperbole. There's actual real value in what you're sharing. People obviously have copied your stuff and run with it, which is fine. What are, you know, how did you consciously make this decision, or how did you kind of decide, you know, your role in this whole world? Because there are so many online experts out there that are kind of lying to people, frankly, right? I mean, that still to this day is a huge problem.
So there's both sides of the equation. Like, listen, there are fantastic experts out there that are giving unbelievable value in an unbelievable way, and there always will be. Then there's some, what I like to call so-called experts who are out there. And the red flag, by the way, is when you hear language like this: the path to success, it's secret, it's hidden, it's complicated. But here's the key for $1,997.97. And listen to me closely. The path to your version of uncommon success, it's a common path. I'm speaking from experience. I've been on that path. I've been a multi-million-dollar a year business for 8 years in a row. And we're talking net profit, none of that fake gross profit stuff. This is a common path. Me, the 3,000 entrepreneurs that I've interviewed, we have been on a very common path. These 17 core foundational principles, they're common sense. But listen, John, common sense is not common practice. It never has been. It never will be. This book will get you to your version of uncommon success. I don't call it the complicated path or the secret path or the hidden path. It is the common path to uncommon success.
So this is brilliant, because I love how what you said there, and it's true. Why, to kind of paraphrase what you said, why aren't people following these kind of common sense guidelines? What is holding them up, do you think, from, because there'll be people that'll scan it and go, I know all that stuff, but then they don't have the success. So why is the gap existing in your mind?
Well, here's the major gap. Here's the major problem for people right now. And by the way, most people will die without ever having identified this thing. Now, what's this thing? Your big idea. You as an individual human being, you're like a snowflake. You're unique, you're different, you're special. You have a big idea buried deep inside of you. And it takes intentional effort. It takes really going down deep within yourself to uncover what your specific, unique, special, big idea is. And frankly, most people are never going to take the time and put in the effort to do it. And then they're going to die. And to me, that is sad, because what this world needs more of are people living in their big idea, of people actually waking up every day in their zone of fire. Like, you're going to put like John Nemo in some cubicle and keep him crabbed up all day, pecking at a keyboard. I mean, look at this guy's energy. Come on. What are you doing? Get this guy.
Never going back. Oh, I did it for a long time. Yes.
Behind a microphone, put him in front of a camera, put him in front of people. Like, that's his zone of fire. You have a zone of fire as well. And that's what I want to do in this book. I want to step 1, chapter 1. Let's just get right to it. Let's uncover and identify your big idea, because it's there and it's going to change everything for you.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Because I think so much of it is mindset, and you've got to really have passion and fire in your gut of, this is what I was put on the earth to do. How can I do it? And for me, it's teaching, training, creating, entertaining, and building a business around how to monetize that, right? It's for you, it's doing what you do, right? And I think that is so important for people, and having somebody that can be a trusted guide, but also it seems like this is going to be a book that kind of tells it pretty straight, isn't it?
Tells it straight, brother. Listen, I tell it like it is. I don't pull punches. This isn't, the 364 step roadmap to financial success and freedom. It's also not the 3-step roadmap. This is what it needs to be. This book, it's 71 1,000 words. This book is 273 pages. Like, it's a beast of a business book. And
yeah, it is.
I want to be very clear about
that's a big book for business. Jeez.
And implementing this book, by the way, implementing the 17-step roadmap, it's going to be hard work. So if that scares you.
Wait, I want simple. I want JLD in front of his Ferraris on Facebook ads, promising me for 1997, everything will be easy and I'll push a button. Oh,
don't buy this book. If you're looking for easy, if you're looking for the easy button, go buy the 1 Minute Millionaire and let's talk in a year. And of course, you'll still be broke. And if you want hard, this is what this book is. This is hard work. Guess what? Launching my podcast, a daily podcast, interviewing entrepreneurs, was hard work. But you know what else is hard, John? Being broke, living paycheck to paycheck, getting up every day, going to a job you hate, living a life where you feel unfulfilled and having achieved less than you're capable of achieving. That's hard too. So my call to action to your listeners is choose your hard, guys. Choose your hard.
Glory, Brother D. You're preaching it, man. You're preaching it today. It's so true. And there's somebody said this a long time ago, but you know, being an entrepreneur, you work like no one else is willing to, so you get to live a life that nobody else gets to. I mean, and everyone wants the life, right? Everyone wants to have a place in Puerto Rico, and I'm watching videos of you jumping in your pool, you know, like, but nobody else is watching when you're getting up 7 days a week, doing a podcast, doing your own show notes, putting that grind in. And I think, gosh, it's very important for everybody to hear that, man.
Thank you.
So, okay, I know we're going to run out of time. Where can people get this book? Where should they run to? Websites, links, whatever. Where do we want to send everybody?
Listen, this book goes live on March 23rd. Do not wait until March 23rd because we have made a pre-order or pre-orders if you're so inclined, because you have somebody you love and you want to get them the gifts of freedom as well. 5 insane bonuses for pre-orders only. Just one of those bonuses, I'm shipping all 3 of my journals to your doorstep. If you're based in the USA, if you're outside the USA, I love you. I'm going to email you immediately the digital pack, which are beautiful. I'm literally, though, for everybody in the United States, shipping to your doorstep on my dime, all 3 of these journals to your door. Jeez. That's what I'm doing, guys. That's what I'm doing. That's just one of the bonuses. There's 4 other amazing bonuses. Check them out at uncommonsuccessbook.com. uncommonsuccessbook.com. You'll see my endorsements from Seth Godin, Gary Vaynerchuk, Neil Patel, Erica Mandy, Dory Clark. You'll get the first chapter for free right there. Check it out. See if you like my writing style. You'll see that video that John's talking about of me jumping in the pool with all my clothes on and then getting up.
Magically drying off, by the way.
Yeah, magically drying off. And I'll tell you all about the book. And all the bonuses are listed out there. uncommonsuccessbook.com.
I can't get over the first bonus. That's insane.
It's insane. I'm losing money on every single pre-order.
You're crazy.
No, it's just not the focus. Listen, I've made my financial war chest, guys. This is me giving back to you, knowing you need this book and making it a no-brainer.
Yeah. And that's, I mean, when we first got connected, it was around that principle of give value first, right? And you're doing it again. Like you're actually
doing it again. I practice what I preach, bro. I practice.
Yeah, they're making money buying the book because your 3 journals are amazing and you're shipping it. Like that's crazy. So John Lee Dumas, thank you so much. Everybody run out, get this book. JLD, thank you again for being on.
Awesome, brother. Thank you.